9, 10.
I'm excited to be here with you today. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Well, we know you're busy, so let's jump straight into it.
Sure.
Would you mind telling the viewer your name, which Taylor school are you from, and what year did you graduate?
Right. My name is Natalie. I was with Taylor's ADP program in Subang, and I was there, I think, 2012. I'm actually doing a bit of a walk around in my school, so maybe you can join me.
Okay, let's do that.
Come on. This is our front office.
Tell us your nickname and where it originates.
People call me Nat, short form for my full name.
What's something new you've learned about yourself in the last 3 months?
That if I don't get enough sleep, I start to sneeze.
How would you describe your communication style in 3 words?
Communication style would be short, to the point, direct. Yeah.
If you could live in another historical period, would you? If so, which one?
Yes, I would. Maybe 18th century England. I was an English lit major, so yeah.
Do you have any mentors or people you look up to? Tell us about one.
I do have mentors, and my closest mentor is actually my ex-high school chemistry teacher. We live in the same taman, so I go to her a lot.
What's one thing your parents or guardians constantly nag you about?
They're always telling me to get more sleep.
What's recently you've drawn inspiration from?
I think the people that I work with, they're pretty amazing.
If you had to sing karaoke right now, what song would you pick?
I have a lot of Ed Sheeran on my playlist.
If you could be famous for one thing, what would it be?
I think I would want to be known for doing something good for the education system, and I'm at Dignity, so hopefully just a bit of that right now.
What's the weirdest thing in your fridge right now?
Some bok choy that my husband grew in our backyard.
What's an underrated skill everyone can benefit from?
Definitely sewing. Everyone should learn how to stitch a button on. Speaking of which, we're actually at our sewing classroom, so come on in.
Exciting.
It's a little bit quiet. Everyone's just gone home, but we do lots of things here with batik and songket, so yeah.
Exciting. Heard any good tips lately?
Good tips. That you should fill up your patrol before you reach 2 bars.
What are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful for the students. I'm grateful for our teachers. They're pretty awesome.
What's the most random fact you know?
That the 3 pointy things on a fork are called times.
Ooh. If you could be somebody else for a day, who would you be?
I would be my niece. She's young, she sleeps a lot. She's 3 years old.
If you could give your child self one piece of advice, what would you say?
One piece, I would tell her to chill and go outside a bit more.
What's something that most people don't know about you?
I used to dance. I did ballet for 12 years.
What do you do to unwind after a long day at work?
I drink tea, read a book, and sometimes I get my hair washed at a salon.
What's a small act of kindness you were once shown that you'll never forget?
I was having a rough day recently, and the janitor came up and gave me a hug, so yeah.
As a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a teacher.
What is your favorite app on your phone?
Instagram.
What is your favorite dessert?
Frozen yogurt.
If you had an intro song that played every time you walk into a room, what would it be?
Celebrate.
What's the most Malaysian thing about you?
I say I'm on time, I say I'm on the way, and I'm always late.
On to some rapid questions we have for you now.
Sure.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Ketchup or mayo?
Mayo.
Passenger or driver?
Passenger, you get to sleep.
City or countryside?
Countryside.
Sneakers or dress shoes?
Sneakers, speaking of which, you have to take off your shoes. We're heading to our preschool. So this is actually our preschool that we have. The kids are just getting ready to go home, so yeah, I think they look pretty okay. Let's just keep walking.
Now, continuing on, hot coffee or iced coffee?
Iced lemon tea.
Pattern or plain?
Plain?
Traveler or homebody?
Traveler.
Salad or sandwich?
Sandwich.
Reality shows or documentaries?
reality shows.
If you have a full day off, what would you do?
If I had a full day off, I had one yesterday and I spent 6 hours at a cafe. So maybe I'll just take you to show you my favorite cafe, which is Eat Dignity. Come on. So here we are.
Right, let's go. So Natalie, who's your favorite Disney hero or heroine?
Probably Mulan. She's pretty badass.
What's your favorite tradition or holiday?
Christmas.
What book, movie, read, or film recently you would recommend and why?
I just watched Everything Everywhere All at Once and it really deserved the Oscars.
Did you get to choose which university you attend or did you pick it out?
We chose together.
What's the worst thing about college?
Nothing really. I really enjoyed it.
What's the best thing about college?
I think the diversity of subjects, we did a lot of different things, yeah.
Who's your best friend during college?
I didn't have one, I had a few.
C. What's your favorite college snack?
I was at Subway a lot, so I ate a lot of the giant cookies.
Who's your favorite lecturer?
I had a Miss Diva. She taught me English.
What's that one place in your college that you still remember till now?
The corridor of the 12th floor.
Did you love what you studied?
I did.
If you could go back to your college years, what year would you go back to?
I would go back to the second year.
What do you do for a living?
I work at Dignity for Children, so we're an NGO that provides education to refugee and underprivileged children. So we have about 2,200 children in our center. You saw some of them earlier. And I work with the social enterprises that the foundation runs. So yeah, that's what I do.
What's the best thing about working for a non-profit organization?
I think knowing that you're making a difference, it's really meaningful.
What's one thing about the kids that you help that surprised you?
They're resilient.
So why humanitarian? Why not something else?
Why not?
What's one unforgettable experience you had with all the kids that you helped?
I spent a month with them in Sungai Lembing, Pahang for a camp. That was so cool.
If you could change one thing about your job, what would it be?
More office space.
What's one advice would you like to give for people who want to pursue this type of career?
I think you should just give it a try. Volunteer if you're not sure if you want to commit. Just give it a go.
What's the craziest request you have ever gotten in your career?
They mostly come from my boss. She asked me to go to Pahang for 6 months with the kids. I negotiated it down to 1.
Finish the sentence for me. I
Sure.
hope Malaysian people will realize that
our diversity is not just limited to being Melayu or China or Indian. We have a lot of migrants and refugees among us and they bring so much richness. I think we should celebrate that and not be scared of it.
what's the best thing about Malaysia?
Probably, the people.
Well, Natalie, we are on the last question. What's one piece of advice you have for Taylorans watching this video?
One piece of advice, I would say if we got to go to Taylor's, I think all of us, we're pretty lucky, we're pretty well off. I think we should use what we have at our disposal and try and share that around, try and do good. Yeah,
Well, Natalie, thanks for doing this interview with
no
us.
problem.